Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
1. Introduction. It is May 8, 2025. This is an important day. Many people worldwide are watching. They look at televisions and check phones for news. They all look at Vatican City. Vatican City is a small country inside Rome, Italy. It is the home of the Catholic Church and the Pope. On this day, something special happens. White smoke comes from a chimney on the Sistine Chapel. For days before, people may have seen black smoke. Black smoke means cardinals have not chosen a new pope. But today, the smoke is white. White smoke is a happy sign. It tells everyone a decision is made. The Catholic Church has a new leader, the Pope. Cardinals are important church leaders from many countries. They met secretly in the Sistine Chapel. This meeting to choose a pope is a conclave. After they vote and choose, white smoke appears. People feel excited. They waited for this moment. The church will have a new main guide. Soon after white smoke, an announcement is made. Everyone listens. A name is spoken from a balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, a large church in Vatican City. The new pope is Cardinal Robert Prevost. This is big news. Cardinal Prevost is from the United States of America. He was born in Chicago. This is very important. He is the first pope from the USA. No pope before was American. This news makes people think. Americans might feel a special connection. People elsewhere are curious. What will an American pope be like? How will his past affect his work as pope? Before today, Robert Prevost was a cardinal, a high church leader. Now he leads over 1 billion Catholics worldwide. It is a big job. When a man becomes pope, he usually chooses a new name, not his birth name. This is his pope name. Cardinal Prevost chooses Pope Leo XIV. This name choice is very important. It is not just a name. It often gives an idea about the new pope's plans. It can also connect him to past popes with the same name. The name Leo was used by other popes. Sometimes, popes named Leo made important changes in the church. They wanted to make things better. So when people hear Pope Leo XIV, they ask questions. Why Leo? Why the number 14? What message is he sending? This choice makes everyone wonder about the Catholic Church's future. Will Pope Leo XIV lead in a new way, or will he do similar things as Pope Francis, the pope before? The name starts many conversations. Experts, reporters, and ordinary Catholics talk. They try to understand what this name means for the Church and the world. It is the first sign about his time as Pope. The world waits for his first words and actions as Pope Leo XIV. 2. A name's meaning. When a new pope chooses his name, it is a very important decision. The name is not picked by chance. It tells people something about the new pope and his plans. It gives a sign about the direction he wants for the church. Many people pay close attention to this first choice. The name he selects shows what he believes is important. This choice is often the first way the world learns about the new pope's thinking. In the history of the church, popes who chose the name Leo were often known for making changes. They were often reformers. This means they wanted to improve things in the church and society. They sometimes brought new ideas or new ways of thinking. The name Leo has a history of connection with progress and new directions. So this name makes people think about past popes called Leo. It makes them wonder what this choice means for the Church today. People who know Church history will think about Pope Leo XIII. He was Pope a long time ago. In 1891, he wrote an important document called Rerum Novarum. In this special letter, Pope Leo XIII talked about workers. He said that workers should have fair pay for their work. He also said they should have safe places to work. And he supported the idea that workers could join trade unions to protect their rights. This was a very important teaching. So when the new pope chose the name Leo XIV, many people thought about Pope Leo XIII. This name choice suggests that the new pope might also care a lot about workers and their lives. His priorities could be similar. He might want to focus on fairness for people who work. This name choice is a strong signal. It makes people think about the Church's role in supporting ordinary people. It suggests he will be interested in social justice. Pope Francis was sometimes called the People's Pope. This was because he was seen as close to ordinary people. Now, with the name Leo XIV, some people are starting to think the new pope might become known as the Workers' Pope. This new title suggests he will pay special attention to the needs of working people around the world. It shows an expectation that he will continue the tradition of popes named Leo. These popes cared about social issues and the well-being of workers. 3. The new pope's path. The new pope, Leo XIV, was named Robert Prevost before he became pope. His life journey started in the United States, but he spent many important years in Latin America. These experiences helped to shape him as a leader. Robert Prevost was born in Chicago, a large city in America. He grew up there. His early life in this American city was the beginning of his path. We do not know many details about his young life. But Chicago was his home before he chose to live a religious life. Later, Robert Prevost decided to join the Augustinians. The Augustinians are a religious order in the Catholic Church. This means they are a group of people who live and work together for religious reasons. They follow special rules. Joining this order was a big decision for him. It showed he wanted to serve God and the Church in a special way. After becoming an Augustinian, he went to Peru as a missionary. Peru is a country in South America. Missionaries go to other places to help people and teach about their faith. Robert Prevost spent many years in Peru. He worked with local people there. He learned about their lives and their problems. This work was very important for him and gave him much experience. His work in Peru was noticed. After some years, Pope Francis made him a bishop there. A bishop is a senior leader in the church for an area. As a bishop, Robert Prevost had to lead and care for many people and churches in Peru. This role gave him more understanding of how the church works with communities. It also taught him about leadership. His time in Latin America, especially in Peru, greatly influenced Robert Prevost. It gave him a different view of the world. He learned how some people in Latin America see the United States. Sometimes they are careful or worried about their powerful neighbor. He also saw that for many Latin Americans, the church is very important for helping people. They believe the church should help those who are poor or treated unfairly. This idea is sometimes called liberation. It means the church helps people find freedom from difficult conditions. This is not always the same as only following old traditions. These experiences in Peru helped him understand the needs of people in different parts of the world. It prepared him for his new big job. 4. Leading and learning. The new Pope, Leo XIV, had much experience as a leader. This was before he became Pope in 2025. Church leaders look for people with good skills in leading. They also want leaders who know the Vatican well. The Vatican is the Church's main office in Rome. Robert Prevost had these important skills. He showed he could lead well in his past jobs. He was a strong leader. He also had experience in different church roles for many years. This experience prepared him very well for his new big job as Pope. One of his most important jobs was leading his religious group. This group is the Augustinians. Robert Prevost was the top leader for all Augustinians in the entire world. His official job title was Prior General. This meant he managed the whole Augustinian religious order. The Augustinians have members in many countries on different continents. So he learned to understand different cultures and people. This world experience was very helpful for him. It taught him to work with many types of people. It clearly showed he could lead a big international group. Pope Leo XIV also worked closely with local church people for a long time. He worked in a diocese. A diocese is a local church area, like a district. It has its own churches and Catholic people. When a leader works in a diocese, they learn about people's real, everyday lives. They understand their daily joys and their common problems. This kind of work is very important for a top leader. It helps leaders stay close to ordinary people and their concerns. His job as a bishop in Peru was like this. A bishop leads a diocese and cares for its people. This helped him see the church from the people's side. Just before he became Pope, Robert Prevost had a key job in the Vatican. The Vatican City is the main center of the Catholic Church. In the year 2023, he started to lead a special and powerful department. This department helped choose new bishops for churches everywhere. Bishops are very important church leaders around the world. So, Robert Prevost helped pick many future leaders for the church. This important job showed he knew what makes a good leader. He understood the church's needs in many different places and situations. When Robert Prevost chose new bishops, people saw what he valued most. He thought compassion was very important for all leaders in the church. He wanted bishops to be kind and understanding. He wanted them to understand people's feelings deeply. He also wanted them to show they cared through their actions. This focus on compassion was very clear to observers. It showed how Prevost himself wanted to lead as Pope. He believed church leaders should always support people. They should help with problems and listen carefully. Leading with kindness was key to him. He looked for this in others. It was his own way of leading too. This made many people feel very hopeful for the future. 5. Early hopes and worries. Many people around the world felt hopeful when Pope Leo XIV became the new leader of the Catholic Church. There was a strong desire for a pope who could bring people together. The Church had many different groups, and sometimes these groups did not agree. So the hope was for a leader who could create unity. The cardinals, the important church leaders who chose the pope, also shared this hope. They believed the new pope needed to act like a pontifex. This is an old word for the pope, and it means someone who builds bridges. A bridge connects two sides that are separate. In the same way, they hoped Pope Leo XIV would connect different people and ideas within the Church. His first public message supported this hope. From the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, he spoke to a large crowd. He also spoke to millions watching worldwide. He said, "We must be a church that builds bridges." These words made many people feel positive about the future. However, alongside these early hopes, there were also some worries. Not everyone was completely sure about the new pope. Some people remembered his time working in Peru. During that period, there were some very difficult situations. These included serious problems with abuse cases. A number of people felt that Cardinal Prevost, as he was then, did not handle these crises perfectly. They thought his actions were not strong enough or quick enough. This history made some individuals a little anxious. They wondered if he had the skills to manage very big and sensitive problems as Pope. These past events created a shadow of concern for some observers. One of the biggest challenges facing Pope Leo XIV was a deeply divided church. This was not a small problem. It was a significant worry for many. Around the world, different groups within the Catholic Church had very different opinions and beliefs. Sometimes, these differences were very strong. People worried that these disagreements could grow and cause more separation. The new pope knew about this challenge. He came from the United States, where the Catholic Church was particularly divided. There were strong disagreements among American Catholics about many important issues. This problem of division was not limited to just one country. It was a global issue. Different parts of the Church in different continents had their own views and expectations. Some people were afraid that the Church could even split into separate groups if these divisions were not managed carefully. This was a serious risk. Therefore, Pope Leo XIV's message about building bridges was very important. Many hoped he could be a figure of unity. He needed to find ways to help different groups listen to each other and work together. His task was to lead the whole church, not just one part of it. This would require great skill and patience. 6. Big tasks ahead. Pope Leo XIV has many important jobs to do. The work of the church is very large, and he must lead it carefully. Some of these big tasks were started by Pope Francis, who was the pope before him. Pope Leo XIV needs to continue this work. He also has new challenges to face. People inside the church and all over the world will be watching to see how he handles these big responsibilities. One very important task is to continue something called synodality. This is an idea that Pope Francis thought was very important. Synodality means giving more people in the church a chance to speak and share their thoughts. It means that lay people, the ordinary members of the church, should have a voice in decisions. It is not just for priests or bishops to decide everything. Pope Francis wanted the church to listen more to all its members. Pope Leo XIV will need to help this way of working together grow stronger. This is a big change and a significant task. Another big job for the new pope is about our world and the environment. Our planet Earth has many serious problems. For example, the climate is changing and nature is being damaged. These are major environmental concerns. The Church teaches that God created the world. This means people have a duty to take care of it. Pope Leo XIV will need to speak about these issues. He must encourage Catholics and all people to protect our planet. This is an important responsibility for the Church. It involves helping everyone understand why we must look after our common home. A very significant discussion is about the role of women in the Church. This is a big and complex challenge. Women do a very large amount of work in the Catholic Church. They teach in schools run by the Church. They care for sick people in hospitals that the Church manages. They are a vital part of Church life every day. Pope Francis took some steps to give women more importance in the Vatican. For instance, 2 years ago, he allowed women to vote in a key meeting of bishops for the first time. This was a new development. He said he wanted women to have more opportunities to participate. However, Pope Francis did not change the Church's rule that women cannot become priests. Most of the top leaders in the Church are still men. This was very clear when 133 male cardinals were the only ones to vote for the new pope. Many women in the Church feel they are not treated as equal to men. They contribute a lot but do not have the same chances for leadership roles. This makes some women feel frustrated. It is a serious issue. For example, in the 10 years between 2012 and 2022, around 10,000 nuns left their religious service each year. Now, Pope Leo XIV must decide what he will do about this. Will he try to create more important roles for women, or will he decide to keep things as they are? This is a very big question for the new pope, and many people are waiting to see his approach. These are some of the main tasks that Pope Leo XIV faces. They are all very important for the future of the Church. He will need to think carefully and work hard to address them. 7. Money and unity. Pope Leo XIV faces many big jobs. Two of the most important are about money and about people. The Church has serious money problems. It also needs its people to feel united. These are big tasks for the new pope. The Vatican, the center of the Catholic Church, has a big financial crisis. This means it does not have enough money for all its needs. The amount of money it needs but does not have has grown a lot. For example, the money for retired workers, called the pension fund, also has a very big shortfall. There is not enough money in it for the future. These money troubles are a major worry for Church leaders. The new pope must find ways to manage the Church's money much better. It is also very important to make how the Church uses its money clear and open. This helps build trust. Fixing the money problems is very important, but another task is just as critical, bringing all the different groups within the Church closer together. The Catholic Church is large, with people all over the world. These people sometimes have very different ideas and hopes for the Church. This can lead to disagreements. In some places, these differences are very strong. Some people worry that the Church could have a big split. This is because in the last 20 years, popes have had different approaches. One pope was more traditional, and the next pope was more progressive, wanting new ways. The new pope knows that division is not good. He has seen how it can cause problems in his own country, the USA. He understands that the Church also needs to avoid deep splits. Many people see Pope Leo XIV as a moderate. This means he is not at one extreme or the other. He is more in the middle. This quality could be very helpful. A big question is, can he be a leader who unites everyone? Can he reach out to people who like old traditions and also to people who want new ideas? His job is to guide the church carefully in these modern times. It is important that he does not seem to take only one side. If he does, other groups might feel pushed away or not listened to. The hope is that he can be a unity pope, someone who helps everyone in the church work together. This will be a very important part of his work. He must try to build strong bridges between all groups. 8. A pope for the world. The pope is a very important leader, not only for Catholics but for the entire world. People from many countries listen to what the pope says. He has a special role when countries have disagreements or when big problems affect many people. A key job for Pope Leo XIV will be to help ensure religion does not cause more fighting. Instead, he will try to show how faith can help people understand each other and live peacefully. The world will watch how he does this. Today, the world faces many sad situations. There are wars and serious conflicts in places like Ukraine and Sudan. The Middle East also has many difficulties. The new Pope, Leo XIV, will need to respond to these events. He will be expected to speak out and ask for peace. Popes often talk to world leaders, asking them to stop fighting and find peaceful solutions. Pope Leo XIV will likely continue this important work. He will also want to show care for people hurt by these wars. Other very large problems affect every country. One is migration. Many people must leave their homes because of war or poverty. The Pope often speaks for these people and asks for help for them. Another huge challenge is the climate crisis. Our planet is changing, causing big problems for people and nature. The Church teaches we must care for our world. Pope Leo XIV will continue to talk about these global challenges. He will encourage everyone to work together to find solutions and protect our common home. The Pope also works to support religious freedom for everyone. This means people should be free to follow their religion without fear. He also speaks up for human rights. These are basic rights all people should have, like being safe and treated fairly. Pope Leo XIV will meet leaders from different countries. He will use his voice to ask for these rights to be respected worldwide. This is a big part of being a pope who cares for all people, not just Catholics. Pope Leo XIV has a clear vision. He said he wants the church to build bridges. A bridge connects two sides. This means he wants to help different groups of people understand each other better. He wants to connect people who have different ideas. This is not just for people in the church, but for everyone in the world. His plan is to be a leader who helps create more understanding and peace. He wants to be a pope for the whole world, working to bring people together. This is his important goal.